Don't you cry no more.
Carry on, my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done.
Okay.
Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
Right. Unequip that and equip extraordinary focus.
What does a vicious influence do?
A vicious... Oh, it increases our health, which we never run out of.
Well, I mean, we almost did last time.
Did we?
Hmm.
Well, I'm at the helm.
You're really rubbing that controller on your crotch.
Oh no, I'm not.
You're really getting it in there.
Increases the time limit for each phase, effective during the class trial, which we don't want. Is there anything we can unequip? Melodious increases the damage to a opponent when a statement is. Keep that. Focus gauge recovers more quickly.
Not interested. What does Lost in Fort do and how much is it?
It increases the time limit for each phase and it costs 3.
Might as well.
Oh well, what does that? How much does that one cost? 4. Shit. Okay.
Just put it on. I mean, like,
might as fucking well.
Memories
Right.
float back. Kyoko is and a mysterious masked body appears. The threads
We've never read these.
Hold. Yeah, let's skip it.
Okay. Begin truth bucket.
Go on.
Okay. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. The explosion had burned the upper half of the body beyond recognition. The upper half of the body remained on fire and had to be extinguished because of this. Sorry, I'm trying to swat a fly out from my face as I'm reading this. Because of this, the upper half was soaking wet, while the bottom half remained dry. The body was wearing notably long fake nails. The body had a tattoo of a dog on the back of the right hand. There were bits of charred debris near the body. It should be noted that the bomb, which had been removed from Monokuma in the gym, had disappeared. It's hard to imagine these two events are unrelated. The sprinklers are programmed to come on every morning at 7:30, and this time is impossible to change. As such, it can be assumed that if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, it would have gotten wet. Timeline of events: 7 AM, Makoto wakes in the morning announcement. 7:30, Makoto and Aoi arrive in the dining hall. 7:30 to 9 AM, Makoto meets the others in the gym, and together they head to the headmaster's room. 9 AM, Toko is told to find the pickaxe in the garden, where she discovers the body. It was Genocide Jill that discovered the body, actually.
No, she would have fainted at the sight of blood. And that would have brought out...
That's why Jill was brought out. Yeah, my mistake.
Actually.
The knife found near the body was the same knife that was used to stab it before the explosion. It is also the same knife that Toko had given to Makoto for safekeeping, and the knife the Master Assailant was holding when they attacked Makoto. The tarp was hidden among the other items in the tool shed. One side was wet and filthy with mud and grime, the other side was completely clean and dry. The number of chickens in the chicken coop had decreased from 5 to 4. Yasuhiro claims that there were, without a doubt, 5 chickens just before night time last night, and yet, Byakuya stated that there was no corpse in the garden just after night time last night. So it can be assumed the murder must have taken place sometime after that. Byakuya also said that he, Yasuhiro, Toko and Aoi were in the gym the entire night and none of them were alone at any point. The corpse had a mask covering its head and a white jacket covering the body. A knife had been thrust into the abdomen and there were blood stains around the wound. The body had stopped bleeding, but the blood was still wet. It was noted, however, that there was no blood on the ground near the body. Mukuro Ikusaba, female, known as the Ultimate Soldier. She became bean obsessed.
Bean obsessed. I love beans!
Kai's drawn a picture of me. She had been obsessed with the military from a young age. She disappeared while on vacation in Europe and reappeared in Japan 3 years later. Apparently every member of Fenrir gets tattoos somewhere on their body to represent their membership.
I don't want my testes.
Apparently the killing game began with 16 participants, all students. It is assumed that Mukuro Ikusaba was the 16th student. Monokuma also revealed that the reason Kyoko wears gloves is to hide something that she doesn't want anyone to see. This wood bullet decoration was found in Kyoko's room. It looks like it's actually the key to one of the lockers in the dojo. This right here is a terrible description because if you've forgotten that she actually had scars, implying that there was something that she didn't want anyone to see, you could be forgiven for thinking that was the tattoo. A set of titanium arrows was found in a dojo locker. They appear to be 10 in total. Along with the arrows, there was also a wadded up ball of duct tape in the locker. The duct tape had traces of blood on it. It's assumed that this is related to the case, but nobody can imagine how. We'll just assume. Kyoko used Monokuma's secret tool, which grants access to any room in the school, to sneak into the second floor of the dorms. This area seems to have no monitors or security cameras. You ready?
Yeah.
All rise.
Reality slips.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class.
Let's
So we
know.
can figure out an Okay, well,
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim.
They're
First,
dead.
we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
Because it sure as shit ain't Kyoko.
It's Kyoko.
There's no other explanation.
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's a ghost.
But
He's not
she
very
has
good at
legs
this.
No.
and stuff.
Well, that's
Stop.
just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
That's not for
okay.
me.
So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right?
Are we actually fucking going through with this?
Then let's compare Kyoko's
Ugh.
traits to the traits of the dead body.
Her traits?
Kyoko's gloves.
I got it! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
Yes.
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
What if she takes them off
Fuck.
and she has a fucking
You know,
wolf
now
tattoo?
that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
It'd been burned to a
They
crisp.
probably just got burnt up in the explosion.
Okay then.
And the hands would be just fine.
I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
Oh, fucking hell. You fucking idiot.
If I can't prove why it definitely wasn't Kyoko, we're gonna be stuck here.
Why don't we just ignore him?
Because everyone gets a fair... Because everyone's considerations have to be taken into account. Tattoo on the right hand, exploded body analysis, fake nails.
I wonder which one it
That
is.
Kyoko there is just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
then
Oops, hang on a minute. Which is the button to...
It's Y to shoot.
Okay.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
they got burnt up in the explosion.
Then
I'm a
she
ghost.
was wearing
Interesting.
gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
This entire discussion
fingernails.
is idiotic.
Yeah.
On the absolutely wearing gloves.
Yep.
that Kyoko. Okay, then
The
prove
dead body wasn't wearing
No.
gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves.
It was a sword-based sneak attack.
It's wrong.
No, it's wrong.
It was a glove-based sword attack.
No. There's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember?
Not
I
very good for a
imagine
soldier.
trying to wear gloves over nails like that.
They just had to
would've
have
been
some
a
way of
pretty big
explaining
pain.
why they couldn't possibly be wearing gloves.
Besides, Kyoko wears gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails. Don't you think?
That's also a good point.
Jeez, man,
That's a
you
much
don't know
better
women,
point.
huh? They're complicated like that.
Someone fucking shoot him.
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well, Kyoko,
I
any
know
thoughts?
women.
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Why are we doing this?
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
Now he's asking the right
That's
questions.
the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim.
Tattoo.
Everything starts from here.
Whee!
Make your argument.
Kaito.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
That was a nicely delivered line.
Who died?
Who died?
Who the fuck?
The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify the body...
Up. Shut your fucking face, you little cutie. You cutie patootie who's gonna be sucking on my penis.
There was
sorry.
one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What?
My penis.
If you're lying,
semen
you'll die a
analysis.
cruel and unusual
Yeah, it's
death.
definitely a female.
Cruel and unusual.
This traces
death.
Byakuya.
This I gotta see.
Oh, how did that get there?
Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh,
He
yeah.
said that like it was such a revelation.
Sounds pretty strange, huh?
There was a tattoo on the back of her hand.
A dog?
Hey,
Her
don't listen to
master
this,
must have
audience.
made her be like, you're my bitch.
Yeah.
What the fuck were you doing?
I want to lie down on you. Oh, this is so much comfier.
They really did
Gonna move
something
this
that
though.
humiliating?
Did you hear Toko's theory?
What was it?
Her master told her to get it tattooed on her hand because she was her master's bitch.
Did she say bitch?
Yeah.
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within
You
that
are not
tattoo.
comfy.
I know I'm not. That's what I'm
Oh,
told.
really?
By me.
If you compare the tattoo to other information we have, the victim's identity should become clear.
The fucking note.
This one?
Yep.
I got it!
Motherfucker, I'm a
Fenrir
genius.
Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would
to
get
kill a baby.
tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their
Was to
body.
kill a puppy.
And you're that baby. Hangman's Gambit. Here we go. Fucking wolf.
Or is it going to be Ragnarok? Wolf. Right.
LOLs! It's LOLs!
Now I understand.
Wasn't the last one like a fucking 4-word thing?
It was, yeah, it was many words. Hangman's Gambit
representation of
gets
Fenrir
gets a
is
redesign
a
in Danganronpa 2. For better and worse.
Fenrir, the wolf
Can't
of
wait.
Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge, world-ending wolf beast. He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
You were right.
Hell yeah, I'm right.
after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf has
My god, evidence of your talent. It's almost like the writers didn't know what to fucking do with you. No, I'm being serious. The writers didn't know what to
They
fucking
actually
do.
said so themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf, which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
Or they liked wolves.
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
I was
You
gonna
sound
say,
surprised,
the fuck you
but
talking
you're
about?
Absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I
Fucking
mean,
genius.
Being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who
What
was
did
she?
she?
Who was Mukuro Ikusaba?
The ultimate soldier.
She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
That is suspicious. That is very suspicious, isn't it? It's almost like there's an explanation behind it.
Usually when there's a scene
Explanation.
where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
Me!
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy.
Eeny, meeny, miny, you! Eeny, meeny, miny, me!
No, the headmaster
Eeny,
had
meeny,
nothing to do
miny,
with it.
Monokuma!
She sounds sure of that.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this, no matter
I'll
what
get
happens,
you.
we will find out who you really are. I stake
Go
my
get
family
you.
name on it.
In the name of my family.
My family hasn't come to save me.
Decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation.
You look fat. Motherfucker!
Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken
The
place.
students!
Hammer that point straight into your big old brain.
Tiny old brains!
What you're saying is that both the
Smelly
victim
old
and the culprit
brains.
are part of the student body?
The victims and the culprit are part of the student body.
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no. There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
Kai's face right now. He's holding his head in his hands,
Movement Bob!
filled with despair.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of
But it
us
couldn't have
killed
been one of
Mukuro?
them.
Or could it?
No.
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold
Unless
of
it was
yourself.
Jill, which it
We've
probably
already narrowed
wasn't.
down the list of possible suspects.
Huh?
I'm sure you realize.
There's one
who
thing
I'm
I've learned
talking
about Jill, she
right,
doesn't lie.
Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
What? What are we doing?
If I know.
Yeah, the other two suspects are...
Toko and Genocide Jack.
No. You're wrong. Because,
Makoto
she's
Kyoko.
got an alibi. She's got an alibi.
I'm sure you realize.
Yeah. Me and
I got
Kyoko.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to
it
dismantle
Makoto?
Monokuma. The whole
Or was
time
it
we were
Kyoko?
very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four
Maybe in
of
his
us all
fever.
have alibis. The only ones without alibis.
Maybe in his fever, he killed her and then carried her up 5 flights of stairs.
And draped a tarp over
And
her
draped
and
a
took
tarp
it
over.
off later.
And draped a tarp over her.
Stole
took
a
it off-
chicken.
Took her off later, stole the chicken, ate it, put a bomb and went to the gym when they were, all 4 of them were going to the bathroom in pairs, stole the bomb, put it...
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow.
It wasn't that bomb.
I have to clear my name.
I have
wasn't that
something
bomb,
I'd like to
couldn't have
say
been.
regarding the whole alibi thing.
She died before they discovered that bomb.
But when was the bomb set, though? We don't know that.
Are you thinking of
The one in
raising an
Monokuma. It
objection?
couldn't have been the same one.
Yeah, but it's not the bomb that killed her, though. She could have been killed and then the bomb could have been set later.
Would have been set immediately after she died.
Why?
Because who else would have set it? They were all together.
But Kyoko still doesn't have an alibi.
Not for that, but I don't think it was her.
Why not?
Because she was in the second floor dorm. She might not have been.
That's what she claims. She doesn't have an alibi. I mean, when you've got nothing to go on, you go for the even if you think they're telling the truth, she doesn't have a fucking alibi.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
9 o'clock.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m.
So between
since
10 and
that's
9.
when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
It's quite a big window.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
That is a massive window. That's almost 12 hours.
For me,
It's 11.
I was already asleep before nighttime hit. So I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock.
Why would you admit that?
But I'm sure I met up
'Cause
with
it's
everyone
important.
else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right?
7:30.
That was around... Oh yeah!
Not
right
much.
around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Okay then, it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, I'm fucked. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden.
Well, we already have the whole
Yeah.
sprinkler thing.
I like his plan isn't to prove... It's not to prove where he was during that time period, it's to prove that the body wasn't killed during that time period.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between
no.
10 o'clock at night
Sprinklers.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock
4 o'clock?
to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections,
First
now
one.
would be the time. We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere
Baba
between
boy.
10 o'clock at night.
No, that's wrong.
Shut your fucking blonde mouth! Shut your rich mouth!
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
Someone else gonna say yes, but the top, and it's gonna fucking like we're the killer and we're trying to hide it.
So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Like my pussy.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
You're wrong!
I'm wrong? How?
Wrong!
Saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such indecent words?
What? She's just so shit. As a person.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
What is this?
Not a real human being.
What is life?
Nobody is this insecure.
Oh, everyone then. Not nobody.
Nobody is this insecure.
Let's just keep
Yeah.
going.
You're totally
And
wacko.
you're wrong.
If you
I know.
Sorry.
really
You're wrong!
I'm afraid I am.
You better tell us why!
I wish that explosion had killed you.
I was so happy for like a moment. The first time I felt
You
true
were
hope
and then I came along.
and brought crushing despair. Its background is so fucking horrible.
I have to hit Toko with a certain piece of evidence.
The fucking control panel.
Oh god, I don't know the buttons.
Here we go.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me?
Yes.
I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me?
Come on, just activate neg. Just activate nega time already. She's not gonna do it, is she? Good. And then make sure you choose the right truth bullet. Final strike is exploded box.
How can you say it wasn't the fish?
Okay. They introduce a new mechanic and then they don't use it
For like the next 2 times.
for the next 2 times. Yeah.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes.
Yes.
But the bottom half was completely dry.
Dry.
Bone dry. Except for the mouth down south, because I'm so indecent.
Oh!
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
What?
I'm so sick of her.
Wow, she's a dick.
The reason only the top half was wet was because
I threw a bucket of water.
while the body
What's
was
happening
still on
there?
fire, I doused
The
it with
electric
water.
wires.
I think that's
Only
part of
the
the
part
bomb.
on fire, the top half.
Oh.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
No.
So if the
No
sprinklers
fucking
didn't get
shit.
the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi
Good
after
for
all.
you.
Good for you.
You don't die today, boy.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
I'd just like to say one thing.
Go on.
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
She's saying it was her.
Does sound like it, doesn't it?
Which is why I can't let that happen.
She kills them all.
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
Except for $1 million or like leaving.
10 million bucks.
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut
That
up,
sounds
you.
suspicious.
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
Did she?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right,
Actually makes a lot of
Kyoko?
sense.
That does make a lot of sense.
But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still
She's gonna hit us with the
insufficient.
tarp, isn't she?
That she's gonna hit us with the fucking tarp, dude.
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said
She's
it.
gonna hit us with the fucking tarp.
Gonna
Sneaky
hit
cow.
us with the fucking tarp.
What are you?
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
She picked this
Interesting.
option.
I'm listening.
Bitch.
All it would take is covering
She
the
Hangman
body with a
Gambit did it.
certain
Yeah.
something to keep it from getting
What was at the crime scene that could have prevented the body from getting wet?
T something
Our
R something.
pig.
Pork?
Torbjorn?
Torbjorn? I'll protect the body.
Turk.
You're in the core of war. It's Torbjorn watching my rectors.
Now she's making us dig our own hole by choosing the evidence.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
That thing I planted. What is wrong with you, Makoto?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did.
Ah, the killer, but not us.
The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water. The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Perfectly
This proves
clean.
that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting
Not a drop of
soaked.
blood on it.
Well, yeah, I suppose the knife would keep it propped away from the blood.
I suppose.
But why would they go
There
to
wasn't a
all
lot of blood.
that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place.
To what end, though? Everyone
In
had an
other
alibi
words,
after that.
To create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Because you look like the killer.
Wait. Something's not right.
I think you just came to the same revelation I did.
Ah.
And what might that be?
Oh, she's fucking Jesus.
Oh, yeah? You want to tell us?
Murderer.
Okay. I guess it could have been Kyoko.
Probably. Oh, I'm not sure.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
There you go. Body before
So
the
the
explosion.
reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp,
Oh, we're
it
contributing.
was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
No, that's wrong.
Shazam, boy!
There goes my white boy.
Actually,
You do it down there in that
one
brightly
side
colored
is
room.
pretty strange
I
if
ain't
you
going
think
in there.
about it.
Fuck that. Fuck me in my eyes. I'll get a fucking migraine.
Damn, nigga. She said nugget, by the way. It wasn't offensive.
Okay.
Pretty strange.
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Okay, well, that's fair.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they used it.
If they
would've been
had,
wet.
they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh!
Unless they
Yeah,
wanted
true.
to have this elaborate thing here just to doubly prove that it wasn't them.
Yeah.
More than that,
That's what I do.
what if the very
Keep the
blood
dirty
we
side
saw
dirty.
on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh?
What if,
Fuck you
after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
Where are you going with this?
Someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I don't know. Where would you get some fake blood from, Finn? Maybe we should ask a spirit from beyond the grave. Stupid bitch.
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse.
Hey, my boy!
That means it's not true.
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Head wound.
Really? Or maybe.
Chicken. No!
I got it!
Not Sir Clockington!
Chicken blood?
That's where the fifth chicken went.
What? Chicken blood?
This is despair. This is true despair.
The ultimate despair! is dead. Or is she? Hmm?
Or is she?
Yeah, she blew
She
up.
might not be the ultimate despair at all.
When I checked the chicken coop before the murder,
Kyoko is the
5
ultimate
chickens.
despair. Because we never got revealed what she was.
No, we didn't, did we?
Did I get it?
Maybe.
I did, didn't I?
Maybe.
I did, didn't I?
You could have done. You haven't.
Aww.
but after the murder,
They
there
were
only
standing in the
4.
same place. These chickens don't move. They're not real.
Someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood?
Where'd they hide the chicken body?
They fed it to the
messed
plant.
up.
That's a good point.
I actually just came up with
To do
that.
something like
No,
that
that could
is
have been.
awful. They should have at least eaten it.
I wonder if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around.
True.
Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which
That's
provides
5
a
flights of
basis
stairs,
for my
for Christ's
theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
I think so.
No.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
It was on backwards.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What
She's
settles
trying.
what?
Here's what happened. The murder took
I
place
don't need her
before
to
the
solve murder
sprinklers
mysteries
went
for
off.
me.
But the body didn't get wet because
Because
the
the
killer
killer
covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body.
over the coat
coat they'd already covered in blood.
blood on the top.
This series of
Taupe,
cover-ups
speak
was
again.
meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred.
I got some ultimate dishair.
They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
I see.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers?
Ow,
went
my
off?
spine.
That's true, actually.
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
This is also true.
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Oh, maybe. But still,
Hina, after you met up with Makoto
Right,
in
so
the
they
dining hall,
killed them, put
did
them in
you
the
two
garden.
stay together from that point on?
Put them in the garden, put the tarp over them,
Oh, no.
waited until 7:30
I
for
headed
the
off to
sprinklers
the
to come
gym,
on and
and
turn off,
Makoto didn't
come
show
back,
up
remove
till
the tarp,
later.
and then put the bloody coat on them.
But why would she solve this if this points back to her not having an alibi?
Then he had plenty of time to spare.
She's not.
Wouldn't you say?
She's trying to prove that it didn't happen after 7:30, so that Makoto's alibi goes up in smoke.
But it doesn't, because he wouldn't have been able to move the coat because he was with Hina for the rest of the day after that. So that means the
Ooh.
only one without an alibi is her again.
Oh, that's true.
that's not.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound.
Hold on a minute.
Makoto's
Press
alibi
select.
is...
What was she saying to?
What?
Oh, apparently, I did not know that.
No, we didn't. We went with her.
No, I think it did try to imply very poorly that we followed behind her. We didn't go with her.
But we wouldn't have taken that long.
Bolt up for 5 flights of stairs.
Unless this isn't the real Kyoko.
Kyoko's trying to point out that it wouldn't take long to remove a tarp, put a coat on it, put the top away.
All the way up and then down 5 flights of stairs. That would take at least 10 minutes.
No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't.
All the way up there, run all the way to the garden, go in, take the tarp off, fold it, because it was folded.
It was.
Fold it, put it away, and then you got to get the coat
Not
from
10
wherever you've got it. You got to put that on the body, and then you got to go all the way back down the stairs. That would take 5 to 10 minutes easily.
No, I reckon it'd take about 5. Just
And
5.
even then, that's not. We were right behind her. Sky's dead body has been added to the truth bullet six of the
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
What if it was neither?
Oh,
See? Pretty good idea, right?
no, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Oh dear.
Yeah.
One we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
Did it? That's a long knife.
So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
Somewhere before.
That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Oh dear.
Thrust it into Makoto's hands and forced him to take responsibility for it.
What if it was Toko though?
Who, what, snuck into our room, stole the knife.
Oh, you're right. I just want it to be her. Yeah, we've seen this.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
Guess you're a fucking pussy.
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
Couldn't be sure what actually happened last night. I thought maybe I'm ready to kill her.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed.
This is bad.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
Alright then.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body. It's the same one we gave to... It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
This one's difficult.
If he
I think.
did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife, that automatically makes me...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed, so there's no question.
Ah!
There we go.
You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto. The knife we
What a
found,
horrible
it's the
man
same
you
one.
are.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had
What are you gonna pick? What are you gonna shoot it with?
Well, getting
This.
stabbed is what killed her, right?
The exploded body analysis was that it was burnt and wet on the top half, wet on the middle half. and dry on the bottom
yeah,
half.
okay.
The knife we found lodged in the dead
Fragments.
body.
Okay, so I need...
It's the same one we gave to Makoto. It really is, isn't it? I was
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are.
Well, which one did I just use?
Exploded body analysis.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
Couldn't be that.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
Gave to
really
Makoto.
is.
Might be
isn't it?
disguised dead body.
I was afraid of
If he did have that
Why
seals
might it be
Just
that?
because I had that automatic...
Well, getting stabbed.
No.
Because what if being stabbed was also part of the disguise? Do you remember what the Monokuma file said?
No.
Wait,
I remember it said
hold
she had
on.
bash head wound.
The
Get a
stab
bashed
wound
head wound,
isn't
yeah.
what killed
Doesn't say what
Mukuro.
killed her though.
No, exactly. It was vague about what killed. It was vague. The Monokuma is always vague about what's important. It didn't identify who the victim was because that was part of the mystery. It didn't identify what the cause of death was because that's part of the mystery.
Fucking done. Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Makuro.
That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
We never talked about.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until
And the knife
after
went
they were
through.
dead.
Oh yeah. I
Okay,
forgot that.
fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
Monokuma file.
I got it!
It's fucking
The
easy.
Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh, yeah,
And that there were
sure did.
multiple other kinds of
forgot about
wounds all over her body.
Doesn't specify any other stab wounds.
but doesn't
Then the
specify any
knife-
others.
And those would
And
have been because she's part of Fenrir.
And those are also several days old,
At
at
least.
least.
Part of Fenrir.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her.
The fact that her head's fucking warped.
Exploding the body
gonna
afterward
get that
was
framed.
probably meant to do the same thing.
Specifically a little part of
Yeah, just I'm gonna get that square there framed of her being blown up.
The explosion
I
severely
tried my
damaged
best to
the
kill the
body,
bitch.
making it
With
impossible
my
to
mighty
know
from the
what
bullets.
really killed her.
But she came back because it was just she indestructible, damn! She came back because the devil had a card in the mix.
It was all the killer's attempt
The devil
to
had a
destroy
wheat
all
fin in my
evidence of her
Weetabix.
crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward.
True.
They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving
Of
otherwise.
course.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but
How did we get here? Who's the mastermind?
what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use,
My
you
nose?
know the answer.
Well, if
not
you're so
gray.
smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Is Aoi smarter than Yashihiro?
Yes.
Go
Oh.
ahead, Makoto.
Oh,
Tell her
oh,
we won't
Yashihiro.
make any headway on this.
He must be brain dead.
Must be the exploded fragment, because I don't think we've got the bomb as a piece of evidence.
You're right.
I got it!
He's got it.
I got
The explosion. We found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right?
He's got the actual bomb. Right there in his pants.
That fragment reveals
Sex
the cause
bomb,
of the explosion.
sex bomb, yo, my sex bomb.
You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural.
My
Because,
tits!
of course,
A bomb!
we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma.
Why's he got the screwdriver?
It's part of a bomb.
Wait, you did what?
Yeah. Can't believe I let
Then
that
the
out.
explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
It's okay, buddy. I still like you.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that
Is Kyoko.
is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Fucking hate that face.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
A broken heart.
Fine.
What do you suppose
I have
killed
no
her?
problem with
Is it
that.
the fucking
Let's
massive
continue
cave-in
the
of her
debate.
skull? Could that have done it?
Yeah, but what was used to kill her?
A metal pipe?
Metal pipe. What metal pipe?
Let me think. Where are there any metal pipes? No, seriously, I don't know.
Okay.
It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
Like a stick of some kind? Like
Perhaps, yeah.
a hard stick?
Like a hard stick.
Maybe
Yeah.
titanium based?
Perhaps titanium based, yeah. that could have some other purpose with another kind of tool.
Maybe something of a fletching sort of.
But yeah, you can use it to knock.
Pull a bit.
Yeah,
bit of
pull.
bending.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe hitting a selected target from a distance.
And maybe this thing was perhaps found in Kyoko's locker. In the dojo. It's not looking good for her, is it?
Duct tape as well with blood for some reason.
Oh yeah, that too.
Why?
Still believe she didn't do it?
I don't know, Finn. I'm in the dark on this one. I ain't got a theory or anything.
Maybe it's because
Then
you
shall
don't
we
know the
continue
full
the debate?
picture yet.
Perhaps.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Whoopsie.
Well, yeah.
Shit, I've only
She
got
was
16
already
and a half minutes
totally dead
left.
when that happened.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back
It's not
of
a
her
contradiction.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Now those, yeah, that's it. They were several days old. They were several days
Then
old, so
shall
it
we
couldn't have been
continue? The
those. It must have been the hit. Must have been the hit on the back of the head.
And it wasn't then.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
If I shoot him in fast time.
And more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Well, that was all bad.
shoot.
What's
Copy something.
What's the rest of our
Then
evidence?
shall we continue? The victim's fatal
got nothing
injury
else.
has
Oh,
yet
we
to be
must have to copy
determined.
something.
explosion
Victim's
didn't kill
fatal
her for
injury,
sure.
and then shoot the hit on the back of the head.
And it wasn't then.
Oh yeah. That's gotta
Or
be
maybe
it.
shoot
There was
hit on the
evidence
back of the
that
head
showed
and
she
shoot
And
fatal
more than
injury.
that, the
It's one or
victim
the
had
other.
suffered countless wounds across her entire
Motherfuckers!
body.
Right, just copy
Then shall
copy
we
the
continue the
this
debate?
next one.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Right, and then go to hit on the back of the
The
head.
explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well,
This isn't it. Must be the other
And
way
it
around.
wasn't because of the knife. And then there's only.
Oh yeah. That's
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
be it. There was evidence.
and more than that,
You
The
missed it.
victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire
Hit on the
body.
back of the head. Oh.
Then shall we continue? The victim's fatal.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well,
Yeah. She was.
And it wasn't because of the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her
Those
head.
aren't contradictions.
On the other way around then. Hit on the back of the head, victim's fatal injury.
But those aren't contradictions.
then
It's
shall we
shit.
continue?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be
me
determined.
there, boy.
Correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't
I thought it was the
Oh, yeah.
Byakuya one.
That's gotta be it.
Wait, no, yeah, that's
There was
right.
evidence
Oh,
And more
shit.
than
Yeah,
that,
I don't know what you
victim
think.
had
Let's
suffered
just do the
countless
Byakuya
wounds
one.
across her
You're
Then
confusing
shall we
me.
continue?
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well,
I got this, don't
And
worry.
it wasn't then.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was.
and more than that,
The victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Okay, right, this is silly.
shoot. Then shall we continue? The victim's
Fatal injury has yet to be determined.
The explosion didn't kill her for sure.
well, yeah.
And it wasn't because then there's only.
Oh yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds
And I
across
think
her
I got it.
Then shall we continue?
The victim's fatal injury has yet.
Got it.
okay.
No, that's wrong.
Stupid fucking smelly nigger. What you say?
Mukuro died because of the blow to the
He just drops down dead. Another class. I ain't actually fucking with her.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with
She was a
it?
part of
The
Fenrir.
Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
There was no trace of blood on it.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
That would be very ineffective.
No way! The balance would be all off.
What about the
You wouldn't be
hose,
able to
though? That
swing it
would.
with any kind of power.
Would it?
I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
Toko, I think you have problems.
I think they got confused as to which one was the killer.
I feel the same way.
I love him.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you.
It was Toko! That was just to shut you up.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real murder weapon?
Okay. I like that little scene they have of her with her smug face. Doesn't fucking put a sock in it.
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something. And that's what killed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got that.
Well done.
Well, then I'm out of ideas.
And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the
But it
locker
wasn't.
in the dojo.
Because there's bandages. That duct tape don't make no sense.
Well,
Arrow.
Because how?
That's what the
Why has it got
culprit
blood in
attacked
it?
Mukuro
How was it
with?
used?
maybe we should wrap
Indeed.
it around the arrow
There's no doubt about it.
to not get blood on the arrow. And I forgot to throw the duct tape away.
Yeah, fucking genius. You really think that?
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird. Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right! I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
Yeah, what does it matter if she's back talking? This shit again. Bloody duct tape.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker. I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, because in the mono, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right?
Oh, I
Seems
know.
like an arrow would just be too thin. Talking back to Master.
I know.
You have no right!
Do you know?
Let me think
The
about it.
titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker. I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Well, because it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too thin. Talking back to you have no right!
What are you thinking?
The titanium, it was in the dojo lock. I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
I think
Are you
the
sure?
I think the white noise blocked it.
It said the weapon must
But
have
that's the
it
wrong
seems
answer.
like an arrow would
Oh,
just
is
be
it?
too thin.
Yeah.
Talking back to Master.
Get out of here!
You have no right!
Oh, I got the wrong thing. Thank God I missed. What is it
The
then?
titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker. I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced.
Unless you wrap
What's the
multiple
problem?
of them together.
There you go.
Because in the it said the weapon must have been about
Duct
as
tape.
thick as a metal pipe. It seems like an arrow would just
Duct
be too
tape.
thin.
Your titanium arrow selected.
Because it was plural.
Shoot!
But the duct tape was what was used.
But it was
The
plural.
titanium arrow. It was in the dojo. I have no doubt.
Are you sure?
You don't sound
Well, it said the weapon must. It seems like an arrow would just be talking back to
No.
Master. You have no
Hang on,
right!
what I don't get is why would she give us
The titanium, it was in the dojo. I
Oh,
have
she
no
didn't
doubt.
give us the location of the key. She gave us the location
You
of the
don't
note.
sound convinced.
She was trying to
What's the
mislead us.
Well, because it said the weapon must have been about as. It seems like an arrow would just be too.
No, that's wrong.
Shut the fuck up!
You're right. Just the one
You're
arrow
right.
would have
You're
been
wrong,
too
but you're
weak.
right.
That's why the killer used another weapon.
The same weapon.
10 of them.
At the same time.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape. The
Why didn't
killer
you get rid of it?
probably uses duct tape to bind
Dunno.
multiple arrows together.
And that wouldn't kill someone. They're too flimsy.
Bundling them
They have to be.
together using
Titanium.
the duct tape would easily create
They're too
a single
flimsy.
Too
weapon
flimsy,
as
but
thick
that's
as a pipe.
they're trying to bullshit it by saying that because they're made of titanium, you.
And
They
that's
don't understand how
exactly what
arrows
the
work.
killer did.
And 10 arrows is like really thick.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks.
You're a bundle of
One
sticks.
stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
Oh good, a bit more of her being a character.
That's harsh.
Too late.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Oh no, you absolutely.
Yeah, you have. You were fucking in there.
That was absolute horseshit.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Oh,
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only the death of us all.
of course I...
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves
Do it, because
Kyoko
I don't
went
want
the
to.
dojo.
I'm bored and lazy.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Okay, yeah. never
I
mind.
know what it is.
No, but I was holding you on for a different reason.
Why?
Because we're coming up to the bad ending.
I got it!
What?
We're coming up to being able
The
to
one
choose the
thing
bad
that proves
ending.
Kyoko was in the dojo
We can do
is-
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's funny.
Alright.
Right here. The key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle.
Wasn't her.
Your non-existent
you're convinced
alibi,
by her
your
delivery
clear
there,
motive,
are
your
you?
attempts to
Okay.
frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Is the bad ending us convicting her?
Yes.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
So should we save it soon?
No, don't need to.
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her. Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
So yeah, we should save. No, don't save it just yet. But we can save it anyway, just in
As a
case.
precaution.
I was just protecting you.
Aw.
What?
She was protecting me? Then does that mean she...
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it.
Ah, I
Can you
know what
tell
she's
me I'm
gonna do.
wrong?
I should know.
She's about to hit it. She's about to hit him with a big fucking slap in the face.
When does it happen? When am I...
I'll tell you.
Okay. When the body was found.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
From your
Exactly
mouth.
what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
So I mean the
There's
archive?
proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room, correct? But could I really have done that?
What's wrong with that?
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not the... You should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would never...
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated a...
You said I hid the evidence of my crime and then
there's
left the
proof.
locker key in my own room. Correct?
Take those proof and then shoot the locker key.
Shoot!
Why? What do you... Well,
Those
how,
words
how do
you
you...
I was thinking just like, you know how that when they found the body, that would mean she would need to get the key to her room.
Yeah.
Which would have been impractical.
Why?
Because you would have needed the stuff, but you know, no, that doesn't make sense, does it?
It's much simpler than that.
I'm not the killer.
Wait, what
You
am I
should
taking then?
Understand that more than...
Take there's proof.
Master would never...
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Is that what you're...
You stated a... You said I
think
hid
this is
and
the
then
solution.
left...
This
The
one?
locker
Yeah.
key in my own room.
Oh,
Correct?
for fuck's sake. Locker key in my own room and then take locker key in my own room and then
Do it the
shoot
other way
there's
around.
proof, yeah.
Exactly. I'm
Fucking
not
hell.
the... You should understand.
Byakuya.
Master would never...
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
Can you figure
stated
out
a-
why?
You said I hid and then left...
The locker key in... But...
Shit.
Could I really have done that?
Those words you just...
Exactly. I'm not the... You should understand.
Byakuya.
Right, stop
Master would
speeding.
never...
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated a... You said I hid
The
Stop speeding.
evidence and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct?
Okay, then shoot this proof.
But... Could I really have done that?
I'm lost on this one.
Those words you just...
I don't have no
Exactly what I
clever
said.
solution
I'm
this
not
time.
the killer.
It's so simple.
You should understand.
No, I
that
mean this whole thing.
Master
right.
would
Who did it?
never hide something.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, that's wrong.
Where was her room key?
In her room.
If I'm
She couldn't
right,
get in.
Kyoko
couldn't get
wouldn't
in.
have been able to get into her room.
Byakuya had it.
So it was him.
He has an alibi.
Oh. So it was me.
It must have been. I must be the culprit.
That was me, as in me.
Oh, right.
Or you. Or that fan. I'm fucking lost, dude. I'm
Because
really
she had
lost and I
given
don't
her room
like it.
key to Byakuya.
The fucking first one where me and you are actually together and I'm fucking it.
I see.
You're meant to be lost
so
on
that's
this.
what you meant.
This is meant to be a clusterfuck of information.
And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
She had the key that could open all doors.
But only we know that. And this is where the choice comes in.
I can reveal the lie or not.
Yes. Do we trust her to help defend? Do we trust her and believe in her that she didn't commit the murder, or do we reveal her lie and put the final nail in the coffin to prove, massive quote marks, that she was the murderer by completely crushing her alibi? We're gonna go for the latter.
I believe her, to be honest.
But we're gonna go for the latter.
Yeah, we're gonna do it just to see it.
Because it's funny.
But to go on record, to be honest, even though I figured it out, I mean, if it was presented as such a choice, like, what does it do?
What does what do?
They're going on about it too much, look. Stop putting fucking ellipses everywhere.
Hold B. Right, save the game, press X. Run away! Oh, whatever. I've never actually seen what run away does. But, okay. Right, pursue the lie.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
And it's all voice acted as well.
Oh, great.
Why?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
More like key. Oh god.
More like
said it.
key
The
liar.
burden of proof is on you.
Oh, fuck off.
So let's hear it. Where's the...
I forgot there was a fucking non-stop debate in here.
I didn't have the key to my... Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
Judith,
Sorry, my bad.
what's in Kyoko's account? I'm not
How
sure.
else could the key have gotten?
What was her
Someone
account?
other than
Oops,
me
sorry.
must have put it there. That's the only explanation.
Where's her account? Press X.
I didn't.
And then press up. And then up again. There he is. She's got the secret tool.
Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's
Right,
no
got
doubt
it into
about
my
that.
room now.
So I couldn't possibly have
Oh,
gotten
fuck off,
into my
Rachel.
room.
Boom.
You're a fucking liar! You're dead now, bitch! I'll show you! I'm the smart one!
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself. Didn't you, Kyoko?
This is a nasty bad ending. Because if it punishes you for being smart.
But what you're meant, the reason why you're meant to pick Let It Go is because you're meant to trust in her decision.
Why? They haven't really developed her very well.
You're meant to trust that in her statement that if we kill her, then the mystery of the school will go with her.
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school, which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
What
Then I
the
guess
fuck are
that's
you
it.
doing?
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost.
You're relying on me being stupid.
That's all.
That's a
this
bad
is.
idea.
Then, are you saying you really didn't, Kyoko? You really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up! All done, all finished. The class trial is all over.
But that's ridiculous! Since when is there any...
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Wink wink!
So fucking obvious. Yes? No?
So logically, if we get it wrong, we should all die, right?
Yeah.
But Monokuma's saying we got it right.
Says this whole class trial. Kyoko.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Is everyone ready?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's
And
punishment
no
time!
pre-execution exposition either.
This is a setup.
He wants to get it over as quickly as possible.
This is a setup.
Come here, lady.
Oh,
Oh,
that's death. Goodbye.
you're gonna die, white girl.
Farewell, friend.
That's what happens when you don't follow the will of Sakisha.
The will of Monokuma, my angel, I sent to...
My angel, I sent to kill all of them white girls.
Them stupid fucking whack.
My angel Monokuma, he creates with his white side and he destroys with his black.
You're gonna have more scars than that, girl. I'm gonna turn you into pate.
I've made butter, and now I'm about to make pancakes.
Getting a bit hot under the collar there, girl.
With lavender spice on top. You're turning all different shades of blue there. But can you imagine the tension as you know that death is coming?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, firsthand.
Okay. truth was lost forever.
Even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. And that was the end of class trial. And in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Really? What? What?
Hey, Toko's dead.
Hooray! What? They all fucked her?
They all fucked her. Every single one.
They all fucked her.
They all fucked her and fucked up their inheritance line, because now they have no choice but to commit incest. They all fucked her. Every single one.
They all fucked Aoi. Even Makoto.
Even Makoto.
This is the good ending.
And Byakuya's smiling.
He fucked Aoi.
He fucked Aoi, yeah.
Changed his entire perspective on life. She looks fucking depressed.
She's had 3 children.
This isn't right.
Yeah, I thought so.
Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
That was funny.
No, don't.
Let's do it again.
Yeah, that's not right.
More children.
Hold B. Yeah, and the writers confirmed it. They are all Aoi's children. Let it go.
I want to just stop now. That's good enough. There's a chapter after this.
Yeah.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room
There's
key,
only one other person it could have been.
You! What are you
Us.
trying
Yeah.
to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
What?
That's a pretty smart conclusion.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I don't see any other option.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Oh.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all,
yeah.
there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
How's about no?
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up.
Now she's
Since
saying
when
it.
have we...
We're gonna die. This was a plot to get one of us killed.
It's because
Maybe
you
so,
were
yeah.
late, so we had to push back the start
Because the two of us were working together.
And are really smart together, yeah.
So they have to get rid of one of us.
Yeah, have to get rid of one of
He's
us.
gonna die and we're gonna start playing as her, aren't we?
Sure looks like it, doesn't it?
Good.
So then,
Fucking
it's
retard
time
Makoto
for
is getting what he
voting
deserves.
time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
I like getting the bad ending because it's
Funny.
It's funny, and it also shows that if you keep going.
Voting time?
Wait a minute. Oh. I skipped the end. Okay, it's gonna go for the slot for the voting slot machine, and it's going to land on it's going to land on Makoto.
Now,
It's going to
who will be
celebrate,
chosen
and then
as the
Monokuma's going to say,
bracket?
"Well done, you got it right."
Will you make the
So by
right
getting bad
choice
ending and seeing
or
both
the
of those, you can
tell
really
that it's a setup.
You can really tell just how sketchy he's been with this.
Hey, hold on!
Rule breaking cunt.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well done, you got it right! Totes!
What? You think I'm the killer?
Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault!
Oh, fuck you. Everyone, you're wrong! You're wrong! All of you! You've got it all wrong! I didn't do it!
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone!
Good job!
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right.
No! I know that's not true! None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense!
It makes perfect sense!
Shing.
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills.
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment!
Wait, why do I... Kyoko!
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Kyoko?
Let's give it everything we've got.
It's punishment time!
Who's knocking on my door now? Oh, it's this white boy. Send him back. I'm gonna make you suffer the same fate as your friend in an alternate timeline. An alternate dimension. Yeah, it's just one. Yeah, it's just 1 meter over in the 5th dimension. Can you feel the despair, white boy? So this is how it ends.
God save the Queen. I was doing the Titanic. Ave Maria.
Is that fucking sperm?
I didn't realise.
This is what you could have had! And what you did have in an alternate timeline.
But you forgot there's a twist in the plot!
Hmm?
Boop. Well, that was lucky.
The fuck?
And then he died.
No, he didn't.
Oh, I forgot. He's the ultimate lucky student.
Yeah, he landed on the soft spot.
Huh? Huh? What the fuck is going on?
Hey, was that? Oh yeah, it had to be.
This is...
Alter ego!
Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this!
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words,
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Makoto picked... Makoto was going to remain silent all along.
Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. The stupid virus is gone now. Got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna say, hey guys, fuck! To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit in a way that's even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
And then 2 more. My bad.
Oh god.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
Catch in my fucking lungs.
Is he gone?
Hey, Kyoko! What's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words,
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
so
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.
End of chapter?
Not sure.
The massive high school towers over all the... It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world.
Peak Academy.
Mm-hmm. They're just repeating the start of the game.
Yep.
No. No. No, not again. Not this scene again, please. After all this time, not the catharsis that we don't deserve. Don't you pan down.
It's the quintology.
Don't you pan down.
It's
no!
quintology is incomplete.
By fate, you are here at my side when this happens.
And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students is the
ultimate
ultimate gate.
idiot.
It's the ultimate gate.
Well, he's an idiot.
That's what we said in episode
Yeah, I know.
1.
I changed it for the catharsis.
Oh, was me.
This is the catalyst.
Gah.
What? Yeah. Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. That's the shuttle.
Yep.
I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. Personality. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in.
A dank cavern.
The dank cavern, bruh.
Dank cavern.
Trash was piled high, all across the area. This must have been some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. Quite the conundrum.
You go down there, white boss.
But that was just the beginning of my problems.
You be in the trash where you belong.
Send it back. She actually did.
And that's the door he knocked on.
It's heaven's door. Stay out of it.
You don't belong there.
We don't. Fucking Jehovah's Witnesses. They want to come here and witness. Well, now they're on my hit list. Was I going to be stuck in here till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Personality. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. Huh? What, prosecuting you? Must have been traumatizing for him. I remembered all too well what had happened.
Oh, alter ego.
Alter ego saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength. What? No, that's not how they work. It's not how computers work.
he probably would have been destroyed by the firewall as soon as he made himself known.
Well, yeah, but still, that's
not how computers
That's
work.
not how computers work. So I can't give up now. Couldn't have saved anyone else, though.
I'll wait till it's Makoto. I like him. Fuck the others.
Well, none of the others have used monitors for some reason. That was lucky.
First up was to start looking for a way out of there. Try the door.
Should we leave it in there?
Look at the... I want to have a look at this thing first. That's a rocket and a tank.
Oh yeah, there's a tank. Can you not see it?
Oh, there. I better not think too much about it. Why is a tank here?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's the desk we fell down on, and there's the door. There's a plane on the left pile there.
Rattle, rattle.
Of course it is.
Better not open it. That breaks regulations. Ha ha ha! Bunk.
Get all the fuck off! All the fuck away! I don't want to leave the place.
No one's gonna know what that is.
No, they're not.
We're ruining this whole series.
We are. Food.
But it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. You know what would be really nice? A single donut. How he sacrifices a single donut in the hopes that we're hungry.
Next to search for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink, which ones are all around? All of them are stagnant. I can't give up.
I'm still alive. As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. Give up. Close enough. And on that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Like, favorite, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.